Joy's mic check 1 2 1 2. Joy's mic check 1 2 1 2.
First Coast News begins with breaking news.
Indeed, we start with breaking news at 11. 3 separate brush fires are burning in Alachua County right now. These are pictures of the flames from the Gainesville Police Department's helicopter. Just incredible images there of smoke. We're told State Road 26 is shut down from Highway 301 to County Road 234. The fire is about 80% contained. Also new tonight, the brush fire that started behind a Lowe's home improvement store in Nassau County this afternoon is 100% contained. A burn ban is in effect, though. Firefighters managed to save several homes just as those flames came dangerously close to them. First Coast News' Chari Rodriguez spoke to one family who says they were able to get their horses out just in time.
I'm actually right behind the Lowe's home improvement store where that fire possibly started, also where you could see large clouds of smoke forming. Nearly 40 acres burned. 15 of those belong to a family who tell me they're feeling lucky they were able to get their horses out of that field on time. Randy and Christy Scott are showing us what their property looks like after a brush fire torched 15 acres of their 20-acre lot.
It's what sustains my horses. I mean, and we move some of our cattle down here at times.
Her horses were here when the fire broke out Friday afternoon in the O'Neill area of Nassau County. Christy says her daughter-in-law actually spotted flames and called her.
My daughter-in-law drives the school bus, and she was on Barnwell. She come across and she saw the fire at first, and she called it into her transportation department, and they called the fire department. Then she called us because she knew the horses were down here.
Luckily, Christy and Randy got their horses on time. Had they not, the outcome would have been a different one.
It could have been a lot worse.
You know, the fire trucks and everything, they did a good job. They did a heck of a job.
Although they don't know when their land will recover from the fire, they're just grateful no one was hurt, including their horses.
Sometimes burning off the brush is good for the pasture.
You gotta look at the bright side of things, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In Nassau County, I'm Chari Rodriguez, First Coast News.
All right, that is looking at the bright side through the smoke, so to speak. Let's take a look. The good news is, although certainly Jessica's talked about some fires still going around, we don't see any big plumes anywhere. Certainly we saw one, at least briefly, coming out of that fire near the O'Neill area. The fire was located right about here, just to the north of Highway 200. Many of us know it as A1A, and that's why some of the neighborhood roads here to the north of O'Neill were impacted. And then the other significant fire, in addition to the one around Hawthorne, down over Marion County, 500-acre fire. In fact, probably the smoke most noticed will be by this fire, because by far it's the largest one still going on. That smoke blowing into southern portions of Putnam County, and then will work eastward into extreme southern St. Johns and most significantly Flagler County. So what's to come? Well, with the setting sun, the winds have dropped. That's good news. A dry weekend before more hope arrives, or should I say before more rain arrives. We're going to talk about how dry in just a few moments.
All right, Tim, thank you. New information just in a short time ago. 3 people have been arrested in connection to that massive fire under Interstate 85 in Atlanta that caused a part of that highway to collapse. The suspects are thought to be homeless. Investigators think the fire was started intentionally. With I-85 shut down, Atlanta will likely endure a traffic nightmare for months. More than 200,000 commuters have to find alternate routes to and from work. Meanwhile, the Florida Department of Transportation met in Tallahassee today to devise a preventative plan so that kind of thing can't happen here. Construction managers and engineers are going to sites across the state to make sure nothing seems out of place. Those inspections will happen over the next coming days and weeks. Today, we spoke with a local fire chief who says PVC pipes are dangerous and could be the reason the fire reached such high temperatures so fast.
It puts off a toxic gas, and if you were to be enclosed with it, it would, it definitely, suffocate you eventually. The average house fire is at 1100 degrees. That was probably generating temperatures up to 1800, 2000 degrees. And like I said, even though it's concrete, nothing will stand up to that temperature for an extended amount of time.
We also asked for the design plan of our interstates to see how much room is allowed between the interstate and the material below, but those plans are kept private by Homeland Security, so the details of our infrastructure do not get into the wrong hands. New information tonight about the 2-year-old girl who was kidnapped and then later found in a dumpster. The police officer who found her is a former Jacksonville Jaguar. Police arrested 24-year-old Laquana Anquanette Thomas. She's charged with child neglect, interference with custody, and another felony charge.
One of my daughter's friends came in here and snatched my child. I don't know, she was high on something. And I'm too weak because I'm a dialysis patient. I'm too weak, I cannot fight her. She kidnapped her, put her in the car and took her about a couple of blocks around Moncrief Village.
All right, in other news tonight, an update on a gentleman's club that was raided by local and state agencies, including the Florida Division of Alcoholic Beverages and Tobacco. 3 employees are now facing prostitution and drug charges after a raid at Wacko's Gentlemen's Club in Jacksonville. We first brought you this story as breaking news at 11 o'clock last night. First Coast News' Julia Janae has been gathering new information about this particular raid, and what can you tell us now?
Well, Jessica, tonight they are advertising that they are open. After that raid, a dozen or more law enforcement units interrupted their operations, but in search warrants obtained by the state agency, there were undercover officers who were propositioned with sexual acts and cocaine. And a woman who talked to us says that she worked for the club up until yesterday, just missing that raid.
Almost went there yesterday. Like, I thought about going there, but it's just too much going on. It's just too much.
Jennifer Eldamy says she quit work at Wacko's just hours before state agents raided the Gentlemen's Club on Emerson Street near I-95.
I knew something was bound to happen eventually. It's sex constantly in the back. That's pretty much that, and the drugs.
It's the reason she says last night's raid wasn't surprising.
You go there as just to make money. Raise kids. You go to make, to make money, to make a living.
According to documents obtained by First Coast News, state agents were searching for evidence of prostitution and drugs. 3 women were arrested and several more were given notices to appear in court. We tried reaching Wacko's management multiple ways with no response. A post on their Facebook page says the raid was due to a fire code violation. The Jacksonville Fire Marshal has closed Wacko's after numerous fire code violations.
I mean, they don't rope everything off with a fire code.
Former Jacksonville City Council member Susan Jenkins says she's long been concerned about the neighborhood's reputation due to the local business.
It would be great if this was the end. We're going to outlast them. We were here before they came, and we intend to be here after they're gone.
Now, 2 of those 3 women who were arrested have been released from jail on bond. But again, according to Wacko's Facebook page, though they were closed, they have reopened tonight for business. Jessica, back to you.
All right, thank you. Well, tonight the owners of a 12-year-old puppy want answers after they say it died in the hands of their veterinarian. Patricia Walker, the owner, says he got his shots and said he was healthy. Days later, her puppy's condition worsened quickly.
You give your pet and expect the utmost care. You don't expect to take your pet to somewhere they should be healthy and within that day they pass away.
Banfield Pet Hospital claims they went above and beyond to save that dog. The Better Business Bureau reminds to research the puppy seller and to not accept a dog without medical records. They can help vets spot potential problems. Drivers in Clay County will have to pay a little more to fill up their gas tank. Clay County commissioners just approved a 5-cent gas tax. They say the tax will help diversify the tax revenue stream in the county and help pay for some much needed road projects. The 5-cent local option fuel tax will go into effect January 1st, 2018. Tomorrow is the funeral for a San Jose elementary school teacher who was killed in her Panama Park home last week. And tonight, Deborah Lyle's killer still on the loose. Meanwhile, the community is coming together to remember this music teacher so many people just really liked. A candlelight vigil was held in her honor last night. Her students say she was so good to them.
She was like a better, more improved music teacher than the rest that I had. Like she had more expectations in music than other teachers.
If you know anything that can help police make an arrest in this case, please call Crime Stoppers. The number 866-845-TIPS. Of course, you can remain anonymous. Florida could soon become home to more casinos and hundreds of slot machines. A sweeping gambling bill was passed by the Senate yesterday, but the idea of transforming parts of the Sunshine State into a version of Las Vegas is not doing so well with the Republican-controlled Florida House. All right. Kicked off of a flight for no apparent reason. The reason one man is demanding action from American Airlines. Plus, a close encounter for some local surfers, why they say they'll never surf at dusk again.
All right, I'll be watching that. And we're watching snow on Charles Street in downtown Boston. Snow also around the Grand Canyon. That's energy that may focus toward us. In a bit, we'll take a look and talk about it day by day in just a few moments.
Something about surfers getting bitten? Did we tease something about they'll never go back?
What happened to the surfers at dusk? B16.
B16?
A bus lost control. It's in the water with the kids. Please help. Everybody is trying to get them out. Oh.
You might remember this dramatic 911 call after a Tampa school bus crashed into a pond in 2015. Well, today we learned the bus driver will not face any criminal charges. The ticket he was issued for careless driving was dismissed. Deputies say they did not have enough evidence. After the 2015 incident, the driver was fired by the Hillsborough County School District. No children were hurt in the crash, but some families have since filed lawsuits against the district. New tonight, a man with cerebral palsy is demanding an apology from American Airlines. He claims he was kicked off of a flight because of his disability. Mark Smith says after he boarded a flight from LA to Philadelphia, he was ordered off the flight and never told why. When he pressed the flight attendants for answers, they simply said they were just following the requests of the pilot.
In my whole life, I've never experienced such blatant discrimination. I was in absolute shock and confused and disbelief because I fly so often for business.
Mark says he was helped off the plane and given back his motorized wheelchair while the flight to Philadelphia took off without him. American Airlines gave him a $12 food voucher and released a statement saying they apologize for his experience and that the company does not tolerate discrimination. Tonight, police in St. Mary's want you to be on the lookout for this man. This is James Butler. Officers say his father was in the process of driving him back to Camden County to face charges when he jumped out of the car off Sadler Road in Nassau County and just took off running. Butler is wanted for commercial burglary at the Discount Auto and property damage at the Salvation Army in St. Mary's. So if you have any information about this man, you're asked to call the St. Mary's police. An important consumer alert for people who use EpiPens. Generic drug maker Mylan is recalling more than 81,000 EpiPens in the U.S. and across the globe. The recall comes after at least 2 reports of the devices failing to work in emergencies. Mylan said it will replace recalled devices free of charge. It's an experience one man won't soon forget. Earlier today, he was bitten by a copperhead snake inside of a Walmart. This is a picture of it. This happened in Jacksonville, Arkansas, not this Jacksonville. Now, the thing is, police say this snake was actually the victim's pet. The good news is the snake was defanged. The bad news is it still had venomous glands. The man was taken to the hospital for treatment. That could not have been good. Well, you won't be able to drive on 2 very popular beaches for a couple of months starting this weekend, starting tomorrow. Volano Beach and Porpoise Point in St. Johns County will not allow cars because of a sand replacement project. The sand will help replenish portions of the beach that have experienced severe erosion, partly from Hurricane Matthew. The project is expected to wrap up in June. And then the work will start up soon in beaches in Duval County. The Army Corps of Engineers will be out there next week to resume work on a shore protection project. You might remember the dunes were wiped away during Hurricane Matthew. That work will start in Atlantic Beach next week and is expected to wrap up June 1st. Tonight, St. Johns County deputies are issuing another reminder about driving on the sand on the beaches. That's why all-wheel drive vehicles are currently not allowed to drive on the beach. And you know what? Traditional 4x4 vehicles, they're even beginning to have problems out there on the beach because of the extremely soft sand. So just be very, very, very careful. Well, a First Coast News viewer says they were spending time at Cabana Beach area in Ponte Vedra today, flying a drone as he and his son and friends were surfing. They tell us they couldn't believe their eyes when they spotted what appears to be a large fish, possibly a shark. Around dusk, they say they'll never go out at that time again. Well, a traffic alert for you tonight. The Main Street Bridge is closed once again this weekend. It will reopen Sunday at 6 a.m. Construction is underway to replace several major mechanical components, including traffic gates. The project is expected to be finished this fall. The Jacksonville Humane Society is hosting a free adoption event this weekend. All animals at the shelter are free to a forever home. The shelter is located at 8464 Beach Boulevard, and the event runs until Sunday. All right, so talking about all kinds of things going on this weekend. Of course, we're tracking the situation with so many wildfires in our area.
But on the other hand, admittedly, I mean, you've been out. It is nice, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I'm figuring out how many hours can I spend at the beach this weekend.
Good. And if you have some friends who are thinking for some reason, I'm just going to go inside and do my taxes. You could be in Boston. The forecast, and it's probably going to come through, snow and sleet and freezing rain all day long. No fooling, folks, up there in Boston. That's actually the east side of the exiting storm system, the one that we're watching with interest. And the interest, of course, underlined, as Jessica noted, the fact that, of course, we've had or continue to have our fires is this storm system. It's swirling out over the Rockies, producing some snow for the spring break powder hounds out there, but also there's a lot of energy, and that energy will then make it into the plains tomorrow. We'll start to see another round of, unfortunately for our friends in Texas and Oklahoma, damaging thunderstorms. That's going to once again draw moisture up from the Gulf of Mexico, and then at least we'll have another chance of some rain. I don't think all of us will have rain, but the next event, probably arriving later Monday into Tuesday, should provide more widespread showers, but also possibly some stronger thunderstorms. So again, over the first coast, and really from central Florida all the way up to Atlanta, eastward to the Carolinas, and westward to LA there of lower Alabama, nothing but sky-gazing skies at night and lots of sun during the day. But then these clouds gathering over the Lone Star State, over Texas, will head our way later Sunday into Monday. So again, whether it's the beach you want to reach with a high of 83 degrees or farther inland, a very nice day. Outside of sailors, for you sailors, not as much wind to fill the sails, but otherwise winds will be lighter. There'll be just a gentle swell. We've had a week of some pretty significant surf, but that also meant a high rip current risk. That'll be a lower risk tomorrow, and surf temperature, in case you didn't notice, is now very near 70 degrees. Back over land, 85, but that's after, again, we've talked about the drier air. Relative humidity levels down to 25%. So again, triple underline, use caution if you're going to be around or using anything involving a fire. But that also means during the morning a little bit milder, a little bit cooler. Rather pleasant, I think, with lows of 53 to 61 degrees. Outside of Duval, up around Waycross, Blackshear, Nahunta, Alma, going to go all the way down to 53, but an afternoon high of 82 degrees. Coastal Camden and Glenn counties, a light northwest breeze in the morning, a northeast breeze during the afternoon. Out around Lake City, Columbia County, Clinch County, lows in the lower and middle 50s, afternoon highs of 86 degrees, but again, dry air. So maybe if you're going to do some camping out there, use some caution. Down over Putnam, Flagler, southern St. Johns County, lows near 60, highs in the middle 80s. So again, the high fire risk will be with us on Saturday. An ocean breeze will add moisture to the scenario on Sunday and also moderate the temperatures. On Monday, needed rain at this point. If you have outdoor plans, it looks like, and we'll be updating this, but it looks like the greatest chance of needed rain, the greatest risk of strong storms will be from about sunset Monday to sunrise on Tuesday. I think there's some b-ball going to be played this weekend. Let's throw it to Alyssa with sports.
That's right, Tim. Plenty of basketball, but we're going to talk some football first. A beloved Big Cat is coming back for one day to retire with the teal and gold. Plus, like Tim said, we're getting ready for the Final Four tomorrow. How the court could affect both games. That and more next in sports.
From the Farrah and Farrah Sports Desk, it's First Coast Sports.
Hello and welcome in. I'm Melissa Lang. News out over the last day or so that will make Jags fans smile. Yes, you heard that right. Jags great Josh Scobee will retire as a Big Cat. He was drafted in the 5th round back in 2004. He played for 11 seasons, and he's the team's all-time scoring leader. Now, he lost a competition with Jason Myers back in 2015 and then was traded to Pittsburgh. But on April 13th, he'll sign a one-day contract that will allow him to retire with the teal and gold. Time now to get socially acceptable. Josh tweeting out this morning, excited to retire with the Jaguars on April 13th. Thank you for all the kind words. I will always be a Jaguar. Jags fan Allie on Twitter saying, Josh Scobee is one of my all-time favorite players. I've had his jersey since 2007. Excited he's retiring a Jaguar. And this Jags fan replied to Scobee's announcement on Twitter saying, this was the first Jags news that made me genuinely smile in a very long time. Yes, we know how you feel. Now this makes me smile. The Final Four matchups are getting closer and closer. We're about a day away from Game 1. South Carolina and Gonzaga will tip around 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll be seeing all the action from a football stadium. The University of Phoenix Stadium seats about 76,000. It's a slightly different look depth perception-wise, especially from outside that three-point line. Now, players from all 4 teams have said the surroundings would take some getting used to, but as the Cinderella team gets ready to take on Gonzaga, Gamecock head coach Frank Martin says the venue shouldn't be overly concerning for anyone.
It'll be fine. Kids are players, man. We go out to a park right now and play on 8-foot rims. First couple seconds, it takes a little while, and eventually everyone adapts and shoots the ball in the basket.
We're about a week away from Augusta, the Masters getting underway April 6th. One of the biggest questions from golf fans was whether or not Tiger Woods would play. It was looking like a possibility until this evening. In a press release from the Masters, Woods was on the list to make a press conference appearance at 1 o'clock on Tuesday in Augusta, but he did announce tonight he is not tournament ready, so it'll be a champions dinner only on Tuesday for Woods. Now, he is not setting a timetable for his return, but isn't hanging it up yet. This is the 3rd time in 4 years that he will not compete in the year's first major. All right, time now to check out our hashtag Team Sideline photo. This one coming to us from Tammy Talley on Twitter. A very happy Sandalwood softball player signing a scholarship to play at Presbyterian College. Big shout out to that lady right there. Of course, we want you to snap your photos and videos, post them on Twitter and Instagram using the hashtag Team Sideline, and you might just see them right here on First Coast News. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.